If you're interested in FIFA Mobile, I currently have a second channel where we run a FIFA Mobile Road to Glory, link down below. And if you need any coins for Ultimate Team to get a head start on the game, head to the link in the description. Use the code TVM for a discount at checkout. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to a brand new episode of the Road to Glory. Today is a check-in episode, if you will. We are going to go through a few, not a lot, but a few of the tweets and messages of people sending me ideas for teams. I'd already half worked out what I think I want to do before the video even went live, but taking things into consideration and maybe something that I'd missed, people were sending me teams and leaving me comments with teams in. And if we go in to have a look at the team as it stands, that's what I've done. However, Coutinho is too attacking. He's not good enough anyway, but he's also a little bit too attacking. He's got 5-star skills, which I like, but essentially what happens in game is this. So Mbappe up front, Messi as the cam, Ronaldo on the right, and Dembele on the left, with Fabinho as my main DM, and then Coutinho as someone who doesn't go forward, but is not told to stay back. He's sort of just a little bit of a roamer. I'm going to tweak the instructions a little bit on certain players for certain tactics and try it out tomorrow in Rivals before we head into the weekend. However, I think what I'm going to do, even if it is at the sacrifice of Fabinho's chemistry, I think what I'm going to do is replace Coutinho. Not today, because I'm obviously wary of rewards tomorrow, right? I know rewards are coming, and I don't want to buy someone and then end up packing him or whatever it may be tomorrow. So I'm thinking, and this is based on, I mean, kind of based on what I was going to do anyway, but it's a comment from Unbreakable Wit, who has sent me a team. He's changed a lot more than I'm willing to change, so he's sent me, he's taken out Van Dijk, he's replaced him with Koundé, moved him over to where Gomez currently is. Then he's moved Gomez over here, he's put Pope in goal, he's got Gattuso in the middle, which is obviously an expenditure, and then he's got Frankie de Jong up front. Now, Frankie de Jong is the player that I think is going to come into the team instead of Coutinho. That will drop Fabinho's chemistry, but the only other option there is to get Gini Wijnaldum. We can only buy one player for this team because it has to be the majority, at least, first owner. And if I was to get Frankie de Jong and then get Wijnaldum, we'd be breaking the rules. So I know I don't have to follow the rules, but I set them, so, you know, I kind of want to stick to them wherever possible. And playing Fabinho off chem, it's not ideal, but it's okay. I'm okay with it. I think Frankie de Jong is a far better player suited to that position than Coutinho ever will be, because Coutinho is 5-star skills, you know, good shooting, good passing, good crossing, and all the rest of it. He is a attacking, like almost a cam, you know. Frankie de Jong is, I mean, look at that. He's got decent, not good, but decent defensive stats. He's got mid-70s already. If we give him a shadow, like my guy here has done, he gets 90 pace, and then he has mid-80s for defensive capability. He's already got the stamina to be there. Coutinho doesn't. And he's already got really good short passing, great composure, reactions, ball control. He's not going to feel too sluggish, and he has 4-star skills anyway. So it's not like we're sacrificing too much, and I'd be happy to put Frankie de Jong into the team. The other player that I said about was Gini Wijnaldum. Now, he obviously links to the two centre-backs. I've not looked at his defensive capability, so it's not bad at all. He's a little bit more expensive, 4-star, 4-star, which is nice. High work rates, which is really good if we were to use him as the secondary. So my new instruction, I think I'm going to tell both of my CMs to stay back while attacking. But he's already, I mean, he's very Frankie de Jong-esque, right? So they've got the same stamina strength combination, roughly. They've more or less got the same defensive capability, and they more or less have the same dribbling, although Wijnaldum is a little bit more mobile. The passing is very similar, although the vision is lower on Wijnaldum. The pace is quite similar again, although he's a little bit slower than Frankie de Jong. So Did I say it's a little bit lower than Wijnaldum? A little bit lower than Frankie de Jong. Anyway, that card right there is pretty good. I need to pack either him or Frankie de Jong so I can buy the other one, basically. So at the moment, I think I'm going to buy Frankie to go into the team for the weekend. He'll replace Coutinho. I have played with this team, and I have made a fair few people rage quit, but it was in friendlies, so you've got to take it with a pinch of salt. Yes, Mbappe's off chem, and yes, Mendy is off chem, and I know I could do this. Problem solved. The only player off chem in that entire team now is Ronaldo, and I'm fully aware of that. However, Mendy off chem is still better than Bernat on chem, so I would rather play that and be done with it. If it drops the chemistry too much and we go below 100 chem for the entire team when I put Frankie in there, then I may play Bernat at left back. We'll see what happens, but I'm really hoping I can either pack Wijnaldum or Frankie de Jong tomorrow. It's a big ask, and of course, you know, if we end up packing road to the final Renato Sanchez or something, then all of a sudden we have a bigger problem, because we need to get him in the team somehow, and I just don't know how I'm going to do it. So tomorrow, I mean, it's unlikely that we're going to pack him, but tomorrow is another day. Now, in terms of one of the reasons why I made this video, was because they dropped an SBC yesterday that wasn't really interesting to me in the slightest. And that was Atal. I wasn't at all interested, shall we say. Oh, that joke has been done to death. However, he's got a 5-star weak foot, 4-star skills. Yes, he's high attacking, work rate, medium defensive, and he's only 5'9", so we're not going to put him at centre-back or anything. And we can't play him at right-back because it would mean having to move Ronaldo, putting Mbappe over there, who's going to be wildly off-chem. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. Ronaldo doesn't link to Mendy, and Atal would be off chem as well. It's not going to happen. So why am I even considering this? Bringing him off the bench as a CDM in a game that we are being maybe overrun, maybe we can't handle pace, maybe we just need a CDM to come on, maybe we need someone who can come on as a fullback. Maybe we do need a centre-back with pace, and he's not crossing at all, he's just lofting it over the top and running on the end of it. He's so versatile that I think it would be stupid not to complete this. He's brilliant on the ball, considering he's an 82. He's already got decent defensive stats. He's unbelievably quick. We don't need to boost that at all. I didn't do that on purpose. And realistically, the only thing I'd like to do is maybe give him a little bit more passing. So I think a powerhouse on Atal could be the difference between being a good player and a great player. And off the bench gives us a lot of option. You know, you've only got a few selective players off the bench, and some players that, like, for example, Heung-min Son is the Atal of the attack. We can bring on Son to be a striker, a cam, or a winger, because he's versatile. He can do it all. But we can't bring on Alan to do anything other than be a CDM. So Atal has that CDM, but he also has that full-back option, the centre-back option. We could even put him at the right wing if we've just conceded another goal. We really need to go for it. So I'm going to complete this right now, and we are going to put him on the bench, ready for the weekend. I do have a player that I've just quick sell recovered. You know what I mean? And that is what's his name? Icardi. Just brought him back in. Probably going to use Ibrahim and Nayan in this team because we do need an inform, and it will link with what we're doing, although not really because Icardi is a striker. But we need an 83 rated team with 80 chemistry. The 80 chemistry is the hardest part of this because it means that we need to use basically all French League players. We can get away with not using all French League in certain areas, but for the most part we are going to need to. Am I upset that we're using some of our fodder? Absolutely. I don't want to use any of this really, but you know, needs must. And this is the first SBC of the year where I've thought to myself, I think that's worth doing. I think that's one of those cards that I'm not saying I'd regret not doing it. I just feel like it's one of those cards that I feel like I should be doing, you know? One of those cards that I know is going to come in handy at some point. Now, I think I'm a bit stuck here because we do need 80 chem, and all of a sudden, a little bit miffed. I think we might need to take that inform out and put a different inform in there. Move him over. Get him over. Maybe go and buy Draxler. Let me just work this out and I will get back to you. I think I'm about to complete it, although I don't really know if I am, if that makes sense. Yeah, so that will be enough. I don't know if I can get away with using like a lot lower, so yeah, we can use an 81. We can use an 80, which is nice. Can we use a 78 maybe? Yeah, we can still use a 78. So, okay, we're getting away with an awful lot here. Maybe a 75 even. We can get away with a 75. Would you believe it? Let me just pop him in there. So, I mean, that's it. I want to know what else I can get away with now, though. So, I've used my Portuguese inform for the right back. We've got João Moutinho in there, who links into Danilo Pereira. Pizzi is up on the right. Icardi, I've already got one waiting for me. I've just recovered him. So, as soon as he goes, he'll come straight back in. I've just went out and bought an Idrissa Gueye. I know I had one, but I bought one so that as soon as I use this guy, I've got one to put back into the club. 83s, 4s, 5, and to be honest, every card in the game right now is so cheap that at some point, when EA drops something, icons or anything that is going to require a high-rated team, things are going to fly up. You know, markets, they dip and they stay low for a while, and people think, oh, this is it. This is what the market's going to be like forever. And then all of a sudden, 82 rated cards are 6, 7k, and you're wondering why you didn't buy them all in the first place. So, what can I get away with? Let me go to the French League and see if I can just... Because I don't want to, like, sacrifice chemistry. Maybe I didn't even need to buy... I hate Pablo Sarabia because he's there all the time. Like, constantly in my pack. I don't want to get rid of Rafinha because he's no longer at the club. He plays for Leeds now, so that is one of those sort of rarer cards that could come in handy for League SBCs. Can I get away with doing like that? No, that's the threshold of rating because I've got a 75 at the back. I'm okay with that. I'll just leave it alone, and that's going to be our very first SBC. Was it our very first SBC? I think it might be. Job done. I think that's our first SBC of the season, which is mad when the game has been out for 1 month and 11 days for me. So, yeah, 5 weeks into the game cycle, and that's the first player SBC I've completed. I think. I can't think of any other card that I have in the club that is SB. Oh no, Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin was the first one. My bad. He got maybe 4 games. In fact, he didn't get a stint in the starting 11. I don't know why I completed that, to be honest. I've been quite disciplined in what I've done this year, and long may it continue. But that was one of those cards that I just feel is a little bit too good to leave there for an 83 rated. There we go. Icardi comes back into the club, and now Atal can go onto the bench and hopefully come on and help us out. Now, I do have Valverde and Allen who basically come on and do the same job. I'm thinking of dropping Allen. He's untradeable, unfortunately, but so is Valverde. But I'm thinking of dropping one of those for Atal. Then again, Sancho is unlikely to get on because I'm either going to bring on Heung-min Son, Mole, or Lucas. So I might get rid of Sancho off the bench. But then again, I'll take off Allen and I'll bring Atal on because he's going to do the same job anyway. Don't know what I'm doing. Do they have their cards? They do have the cards. Nice one. So there we go. Atal in the club. I mean, I've not even talked about it. The fact that it's dynamic. It's a live card. It could go up. It's unlikely. No disrespect to any Nice fans watching. They don't look good this season, and they don't look good in Europe. And they are currently 3rd in the group. And the teams that are above them look better, right? So it is what it is. But we'll see. That's actually going to do it for today's episode. I literally just wanted to check in and say, hey, this is what's going on. This is the team currently, and you know we will buy Frankie de Jong to go there if we don't pack him. I know it's a bit specific to be like, oh, well, if we pack Frankie de Jong, I won't have to buy him, and then maybe we buy Wijnaldum, or vice versa. I get it's specific. The chances of you packing one particular player are very slim, but you never know. You know, we've got quite a few packs to open. I don't know whether to take tradable or untradeable as well. It's one of those situations where I can see the benefits of both. So this week I've gone a little bit overboard with rival points, and it's that really irritating thing of just not knowing. So right there you need 12,780. I will be shocked if that goes up more than 140 points. Let's just say it goes up by 150 by the time it ends, right? That means it would be put on 12,930, right? I am currently on 13,920, so I'm so far ahead. I am literally 1,000 points, 990 points clear, which would have actually saved me maybe 2 games, 2 wins, 3 wins maybe? Nah, 2 wins, probably 2 wins, which is a big shame. Well, not a big shame. It's just a little bit disappointing. With Weekend League, you know exactly how many games you need to play. You know exactly how many games, or rather how many wins you need. So as soon as you hit 14 wins, I don't have to worry, oh, is that going to be enough? I know that's enough. With Rivals, it's just not knowing if I'm safe, if I'm not safe, do I need to play more? I kind of like the aspect, but at the same time I don't. Last week, 13,500 was the points required, and that's what I was working to. Every week I want to try and hit as close to 14,000 for Division 2 as possible. Hopefully next week I won't be in Division 2 and we will have hit Division 1 and we can finally get our ultimate packs. Just once. Just once. That's all I want. Just once. We'll see what happens. But that definitely is going to be the end of today's episode. Bit of a chatty one. Nothing really going on. No packs for a change. No gameplay actually either. But there we go. If you have enjoyed it and you're excited for tomorrow's rewards, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Join the Betting Rebellion and find out what your football knowledge is really worth.